Zomedica, ticker symbol ZOM, has been one of the most highly requested companies for me to check out on my channel in a very long time. Now, it's up there with Galaxy, it's up there with Jaguar. Like, this company has been all over my channel. So I figured I would go ahead, I would do my research. I did get a comment about this company in the live stream that I did earlier today. If you weren't able to check out that live stream, I will be going live once a week, and I will be announcing when that date is every week on Monday. It'll be in a community post, so definitely do look forward to that. I will be probably doing it majoritively on Mondays or Wednesdays, but it does just depend. I'm still in school and I have work and a whole bunch of other stuff going on, so I can't set a specific time yet, but I will be going live once a week to get your guys' suggestions, some feedback and everything like that around the channel. But with that being said, again, we will be going over Zomedica, ticker symbol ZOM, in today's video. If you are looking forward to today's video, if you do find it valuable or entertaining, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. With that being said, do not forget to leave any feedback or suggestions for any future videos that you would like to see down in the comment section below. That is where I get pretty much all of the content that I post. I go to see what a lot of you guys want to see. I take that information, I then do my research, I do my due diligence, and then I go ahead and I make the video about it. So again, definitely leave that in the comment section below. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's see what this company is all about. Zomedica, ticker symbol ZOM. Zomedica is an animal health company creating products for companion animals, canine and feline, by focusing on the unmet needs of clinical veterinarians and emphasize patient health and practice health. With a team that includes clinical veterinary professionals, Zomedica recognizes the joys of working in vet medicine, the sacrifices made to fulfill the noble veterinary oath, and the challenges that impact veterinarians personally and professionally. They integrate a team of veterinarians, animal health professionals, innovative scientists, and business experts committed to helping practicing veterinarians remember why they chose to care for animals, why they became veterinarians, and tried to recapture the joy in their career and come full circle. Now, their purpose is to improve companion animal health by increasing the number of successful veterinarians on the planet, because pet health is dependent on veterinary health. Their vision is to advance the effectiveness and well-being of companion animal veterinarians so they are ready to greet the challenges of veterinary practice with energy and confidence. Now, their mission is going to be to provide innovative, needs-driven solutions that give veterinarians the opportunity to increase productivity and grow revenue while better serving the animals in their care. Now, the way they are going to do this are through a few different products and a few different services. Now, the most well-known one being Truforma. So what this is an in-clinic biosensor platform. It is the better test performance for better case management. Truforma introduces highly sensitive species-specific assays for the diagnosis of thyroid disease in dogs and cats and adrenal disease in dogs. Now, Truforma delivers the accuracy and performance you demand with the convenience and ease of the use you need. Complete thyroid and adrenal results within the patient visit means less stress for patients, pet owners, and veterinary health. Truforma uses disposable assay cartridges to test thyroid and adrenal analytes in 20 minutes or less on average in cats and dogs. So just off of this alone, I do believe that this is going to be very important. Results within patient visit means less stress for pets owners, and the veterinary healthcare team. Now, the reason that I do believe that this one is going to be super important is because whenever, we all have probably been to the doctor. Whenever you've all had to go get something checked out or get tested or do anything like that, the wait for it absolutely stinks. Like, no one likes having to go home and wait a couple of days before they get the results. I've had surgeries where I wasn't know if I had something torn and I had to wait a day or two to find out. It really is not fun. And so it's no different whenever we have our pets, because whenever you have to bring your pet to the vet, the waiting process of trying to find out what exactly is going wrong with your animal it's honestly not fun. You have to wait a couple of days. It's super duper stressful. It's worrying. You're not sure what, things to do to help relieve some of the problems that your animal may be having. And so, it's just really not a good time. And the fact that this company has figured out a way to test for certain things like these thyroid diseases and adrenal diseases, and then to be able to report those results back to them within that same visit is absolutely amazing. So as we could see from that quick little video right there, we can see that this is honestly a super simple process. It does have it here, and so we can kind of see that all they have to do is obtain a sample, add the sample to the cartridge, insert the cartridge into Truforma, and the results are in 20 minutes or less on average. Now, that is absolutely phenomenal because the current testing does take multiple days to get that back, and so that is very interesting that they are capable of testing for these things in, that high speed. Now, one thing that I am curious about is what future, diseases and what future disorders will they be able able to test for and deliver results that fast. Because if they are capable of detecting these things, I'm sure that there are other diseases and there's other things that they can test for that they can then result that within that speed as well. So I am curious to see how they do expand their product line going on into the future. So as we can see here that they do have a good few different products that are going to be within market launch seemingly very, very soon. Now, this company's their three biggest ones, none of them are on the market yet, so it will be interesting to watch out for that to see how that does affect their stock price when they do start to see that increase in revenue. But as we can see here, that Truforma is getting very, very close to market launch. It's currently undergoing validation. We have the ZOM that is currently getting very close to being, done with assay development and then going through verification. And then they have the canine cancer liquid biopsy platform that is already cleared verification, going through validation, and hopefully around the same time that Truforma we will see that reach the market. So to deliver a lot of these different results in the stock market and to see a lot of the growth that they have and start to maintain a lot of this hype, it's been a very crazy week, and I will show you guys the stock price a little bit later. But the fact that they are doing all of these things and their three main products aren't even on the market yet, that does say something that people are looking forward to what this company has to bring. Now, I was doing my research and I was trying to figure out, okay, what exactly is causing people to get so excited? Now, one thing that I have noticed is that a lot of people are getting very, very interested and intrigued in what the management team has to offer, especially the CEO. So let's see what the CEO has in store. Let's see what some of the past experience that he has, and let's see what exactly he has available to offer to Zomedica. So Robert Cohen is the CEO of the company. He is a seasoned medical device, pharmaceutical, and biotechnology executive with a series of positions leading organizations with full P&L responsibility and previous departmental management experience in virtually all functional areas, including international sales, R&D, healthcare services, M&A, corporate marketing, legal affairs, and business and technology development. He's coupled with strategic oversight and planning positions. That is absolutely insane. I mean, this man has seen the ins and outs of what it takes to make a successful company. Now, I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but I definitely will take out a good few of them. He says that he was most recently the president and CEO of Zomedica, at an early-stage medical device company developing restorable, drug-loadable embolic spheres to treat, among other things, liver cancer. In 2 years, Mr. Cohen reorganized and recapitalized the company, redirected product development to advance quickly to FDA submission, and then sold Zomedica to a larger medical device company. Prior to that, he founded Matrix Medical, an early biotech device company with a patent-protected technology that enables the construction of fully biological human organs for transplant, and grew the enterprise to a $90+ million valuation over 7 years by technology development, creating and commercializing two products, extensive partnering, I'm intrigued by that, extensive partnering and business developmental activities, regulatory and reimbursement success, and $31 million in fundraising. Before Micromax, Mr. Cohen built significant shareholder value as president of CEO of Tarvanti Farm Inc. through technology, product, and business development. Okay, this is something I'm going to highlight too. We're going to go back to that. Product and business development, followed by a successful sale of the company to Truforma 5 years after his arrival. So I do have a few things to say about this. The fact that he grew this company right here to $90+ million in valuation over 7 years is absolutely insane, especially in this field that he's in right now. There's so much competition and there's so many different companies that you're going up against that is not an easy thing to do. Now, next up, he said right here, extensive partnering. I'm curious to see how that will translate over into this company because I'm curious to know what some of these partners were. If he grew that up to $90 million in valuation, he definitely had some connections and he had some people who were helping him out and helping him grow that thing. And so, with that being said, I wonder what he will then bring over to this company. I'm sure we will get some news about it soon. I'm sure they will start to release some partnerships and agreements that they will come to, but I am very excited to see how that may play out with his extensive partnering. Now, the last thing that I will say is a trend that I'm seeing with him after 5 years, and then he sold it. Over 7 years, he sold it, and in his most recent one, Zomedica, he sold it. So what I'm curious is that if this is going to be another one of those, because so many people are excited that he is the CEO and they think that he can take this thing to a whole new level. Well, the question here is that if people really like him and they believe that he can do amazing things, is he then going to eventually sell this company to a higher up company? Because if that is the case, then we may see a bit of a pullback, or we may see some investors not necessarily be as intrigued, simply for the fact that a lot of people may invest into certain companies simply for the people running them. So I'm curious to see how that does play out. He has a history of growing companies very well and then selling them. So we'll just have to see if that is the case for Zomedica. So one thing about this company that I do actually like is the way that they go about creating better products and improving their company. So they have this thing called Voice of the Vet, and what that basically is going to be is that it allows veterinarians to vocalize and share their knowledge and expert insights that are unique and specific to their clinical practice. This allows them to build meaningful products that elevate the standard of patient care and increase your productivity. Now, this is super interesting. This isn't something that I have seen with companies quite often. The fact that their consumers and the people who they're creating products to then, help, these products are helping vets. The fact that they, have a whole program that allows vets to sign up. It's totally free. It's super optional if they want to participate. And the fact that they have that program that allows veterinarians to express their insights and share their knowledge that the company will then use to further their research and further their development. I really do like that. And I think that's a very interesting aspect of their business that I hope they do maintain, because that's super duper important to actually growing out what their actual products are doing. Now, we do have two more areas to cover. That is going to be the financials and the stock price. If you have made it this far, if you could take a quick second to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, I would super duper appreciate it. But with that being said, let's go over to their investment spot, and we are going to see what some of these financials are about. So now, a few of you guys did ask me how I find these financials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right over here to financial information. This is typically going to be the setup that some of these companies have. And all we have to do is go to the last quarter that was reported. Now, I did already do this, so I'll let you know it's in about September or November, actually, right here. And what I look for is the 10Q. Now, the 10Q breaks down a lot of the financial results, and it kind of gives you a broad overview of what the company is doing if you just want to quickly assess what their financials are. So we go over to this 10Q here, and then after we click that, it will pull up this, and here we are. Now, whenever we look at this, there's something that immediately jumps off the screen very, very fast. Their total assets are currently sitting at $53 million. Now, this is due to a lot of cash and cash equivalents of over $52 million. Now, whoa. Okay. Now we can't see now, of course, this is going to do, this is going to have a lot to do with the stock, and it's going to also have to do with a lot of fundraising that they did do, but they're sitting on a significant amount of cash that I'm very excited to see, because not many companies sit on that much cash. Now, what they do with this cash will be super duper interesting. I think that if in the future they can use this a lot for R&D, as they do continue to develop these different products, as they go through the verifications and the validation phases for those other three products and that we did see earlier. So I do believe that that is probably what a lot of this cash is going to be for, to further that development and to get those out onto the market, because we can't forget that once those items and once those products do hit the market, they will then have to pay for advertisement. They will then have to pay for all of the different market launch aspects that are going to get these products into the mainstream. So with that being said, I'm very curious to see how they allocate this $53 million and how it grows, because going from $1.8 million on December 31st of 2019 to $56 million on September 30th, 2020, especially after a year like we saw, it's phenomenal. So that is very, very important. And then if we do compare that down here to their total liabilities, we can see that their liabilities did increase from $2 million to about $3.2 million over the course of the last year. But that is totally fine. I believe with the cash like this one, with their assets being so high, this isn't necessarily a big issue whatsoever. Now, of course, we don't always want to see a company's liabilities growing, but if it's healthy growth and they're actually using these liabilities in a beneficial way, that's honestly no issue. So I don't see an issue with this at all. Now, if you guys do have anything specific that you see here that you might not necessarily like, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I know some people read these different, and I kind of just follow the basics when it comes to assets and liabilities. Now, one thing that I did want to mention coming down towards the bottom here is that they're spending a decent amount whenever it comes to research and development, and we can see that they're also spending about half of that on general and administrative fees. Now, I actually do believe that that is okay. I think with the field that they're in, spending $2.7 million on research and development when they're still developing these three different products is not bad, because they have three products about to hit the market currently. They have the Truforma and all of those ones that are going through validation. So whenever they're spending that much on research and development, development, that's honestly no issue. And I'm sure they are working on putting out, more products outside of those 3 that we saw earlier. Now, it has increased from 962,000 to 2.7 million, but their general and administrative fees have actually gone down over the last year. So I'm not 100% sure why that would have happened, but I'm not complaining about it at all. That means that they're not going too crazy, but they are spending more on research and development. So I do like that. I think they're focusing a lot more of their time and putting out a lot of these products and putting out better products that are going to better suit some of these veterinarians, make their lives easier, and save the life of pets. I actually love that. I really, really love that. I must say, I do appreciate you guys leaving this in the comment section before me. I have not seen a company that actually appealed to me in a long-term sense that was this new. This company really does have a lot going for them. The management team is strong. Their financials seem to be very strong. They have some products that are on the way. Now, of course, they will probably run into some turmoil getting through a lot of these different approval processes, which is totally fine. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle that turmoil and handle some of these setbacks. But with the experience that this company's CEO and a lot of the other board of directors has, I would not be surprised at all if they break through that turmoil and break through those barriers very, very fast. So with that being said, they have a very, very strong base. Their fundamentals are absolutely amazing. But what is the future outlook of the industry in which they are targeting? Because if you have a good company with a lot of management with great products, but you're in an industry that's dying, well, realistically, your company may not float or it may not do well for that long. Let's check out this industry. Let's see what the capabilities of this industry are, and then we'll go over into the stock price. So I did pull this up. This is a very cute website right here. But there is a few things that I would like to note that I actually did find very interesting whenever it comes to their industry specifically. So here we are. It says that this is a big one. It says that 21% of pet owners have spent more money on their pets during the COVID-19 pandemic than pre-pandemic. Now, this is of course can be attributed to the fact that a lot of people have been at home and lockdown, quarantining, and doing all of these different things associated with literally just not being around anyone, social distancing. And so pets are then going to be a lot, people are going to value their pets a lot more. They're going to look at their pets as their true companions now. They're going to be spending more time with their pets, and they're going to get closer with their pets. So with that being said, we will then see an increase of spending on pets, and we will, as these bonds do grow between human and animal, we will see a lot more spending being associated with helping out the animals. Now we can also see the biggest fact of this entire article that is related to Zomedica is going to be the fact that it is estimated that the US pet industry reached $99 billion in 2020. The industry is steadily growing year by year. It grew from $97.5 billion in 2019 to $99 billion in 2020. That's $1.5 billion in only a year. Pet owners splurge on everything from pet food and treats to pet sitting, toys, and travel. Now, there's forecast predicts the global pet care market will reach $385 billion by 2027. So as we can clearly tell, the pet industry is growing at rapid rates. Now, that makes me think, honestly, that if you have a company like this one whose management team is phenomenal, their financials are great, they have a lot of products that are currently breaking through barriers and very close to market launch. They're sitting on a lot of cash to then be able to advertise these different products. And then they are also in a booming industry. That is a formula for success. I will already let you guys know before we even look at the stock price, before we talk about it at all, I will 100% be adding this one to my portfolio, no doubt. So last but not least, we are going to take a quick look at the stock price just to see what has been going on over the last couple of days, couple months, and a year. Now, as we can see that this thing was trading sideways for a couple days. I wish I would have gotten in around the first couple times you guys mentioned in the comment section, so I will give you guys that. Y'all made some great calls. As we can see today, I didn't want to wait a second. Today, this thing grew up to 92% during trading hours and grew another 2.3%, almost 100% gains in a day, a single day. That's absolutely phenomenal. Over the month, we have seen growth of about 300%. And of course, in the last 6 months, we have seen growth of roughly 1,228%. So if any of you were lucky enough to grab this thing up at about 7 cents, kudos. So as we can see, this thing has flown up. Now, I will say this is a penny stock, and one thing that we do see from penny stocks a lot is that after we have this initial climb, it does slow down. It does typically tend to take a break. When it takes that break and when that pullback comes is not known. This thing could go up to $2 before it slows down. I will say before I start my position, I'm going to wait to see when it slows down a bit, because that is whenever I feel like is a healthy time to go in. Right now, there's a lot of FOMO. There's a lot of emotion going into this thing. So I'm definitely going to give it a second before I jump straight in. I hope you guys did enjoy today's analysis of Zomedica. Ticker symbol is ZOM. I really got this one a lot. I got a whole bunch of comments about this one. It seems like there's so much hype. So I hope I met, I met the expectations. I hope I provided you with the content and the value that you were looking for. And I hope you would subscribe to the channel if you are new and I did provide you with those things. With that being said, I will be posting 2 to 3 times every single day. So I'll be seeing you guys soon. Peace.